6-1 the record for Bagley. Does have 7 professional wins technically. One of those rendered off his record. 11-2-1 for Keweny Lopes. Both guys similar in age, 28 and 29. Lopes ever so slightly taller. Both men eventually weighing in dead on 146 pounds at yesterday's weigh-ins. So all that remains is for a man in the cage, Mr. Hal Chaplin, to get this one underway. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Cage Warriors featherweight division. Former title challenger Keweny Lopes in the black and white. Surging contender Nik Bagley in the blue and yellow. And Bagley drops Lopes.
I was watching Bagley throughout whilst they were calling those names. He was hyping himself up the entire time. 2 very different sort of feels to the 2 fighters. Lopes coming out a lot more stoic. Bagley coming out super, super aggressive.
Well, Lopes swinging those hammers. Oh, Bagley firing back though. Words were exchanged at yesterday's weigh-ins when Lopes needed that extra time to make the weight.
Beautiful takedown secured by Bagley in a great position.
Keweny, keep your toes out.
He passes the leg through, he weaves the leg through into this sort of reversed half-guard position where instead of it's a half-guard, the legs are wrapped around the leg, but facing away from you instead of facing towards. This is a great position where the opponent's only option is to actually turn away. Unless Lopes can get that knee and that shin back across, the only direction he can move is turning away. So Bagley knows that if he's going to move anywhere, he could expose the back and he could jump on it.
Don't grab that, Nick.
Bagley's corner calling for a bit of damage now.
Lopes transitioning now to a leg entry. He's on a knee bar. Bagley doing a good job of securing that leg. And I mean, that's the thing, when people go for the legs in MMA, there's a defense you can't use in the grappling mats, which is you punch them in the face. And it works pretty damn well. Now in a more traditional half-guard position is Bagley. Lopes with an underhook on that left-hand side. Double underhooks now. Body lock, he's going to try and potentially wrestle up from here. No transition to butterfly guard. It's a good position to sweep from, but to do so, he's got to stretch Bagley out a little bit.
Nick, take your fingers out.
Halfway through this first round, and it's been looking good for Nik Bagley so far. Bagley's corner one and working. And he responds with a series of short shots.
Great round so far for Bagley. He does more damage from this half-guard position. Lopes not really doing too much underneath there. I just feel like he's just trying to shut down the position and hope for a stand-up.
Yeah, this is a very different kind of fight than the one he had with Harry Hardwick. We saw Lopes able to do considerable damage early doors, but Hardwick eventually victorious in that one. So far, Bagley's taken away all Lopes' opportunities to do damage early. And as you say, Dan, there doesn't seem to be, when we saw the knee biceps earlier, but not a massive amount of urgency from Lopes to get out of this bottom position. And now he finds himself on the mark.
Yeah, great position for Bagley. He's got a minute to work from here. Lopes just holding on to try and stop him from posturing up and throwing some big elbows. I mean, we saw how deadly they can be in just the last fight.
Don't forget, folks, still to come our main event of the evening. The featherweight title on the line when Harry Hardwick defends against El Mariachi Javier Garcia. Dying seconds of this first round. Bagley looking to finish strong. Lopes just hanging on, waiting for that reset, waiting to get brought back to his feet.
100%. Great first round for Nik Bagley.
As you said, Dan, the difference in demeanor is still very prominent here. Lopes looking fairly stoic. Bagley looks like he's fired up and ready to go.
He's got to be careful.
Strong. Lopes firing shots.
Bagley dragging him back down, hoping to get back to that top position that served him so well in the first.
Lopes able to kind of shook him off there, but Bagley again down on top of him.
And he secures the top position. He's in the middle of the cage. And he's passing straight into mount. A good job by Lopes underneath to secure that half guard. But Bagley passes like it's nothing. 4.5 minutes to work in full mount position in the middle of the cage. This is a very bad position to be in.
Especially against a guy like Bagley, you know, this is not the kind of fighter that's getting stood up for inactivity. He's going to stay busy. He's got the gas tank to stay busy. And this could be a long 4 minutes now for Keweny Lopes. Talked to a man, Sean Sheehan, on Sherlock Radio the other day. He's saying, you know, for his money, Nik Bagley might be the best fighter in Cage Warriors right now. He's certainly proven to be incredibly effective here against a knockout machine like Keweny Lopes.
I mean, he's looking fantastic tonight.
It begs the question, if he can do it to Keweny Lopes, who else can he do it to? Can he do it to Javier Garcia? Can he do it to Harry Hardwick? Can he do it to Tobias Harilla? So many great athletes in that Cage Warriors featherweight division.
If you're worried about him escaping, you can always just cross your feet under his legs if you're worried. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Try to go for arm triangle.
It's funny that the mount position in MMA and the mount position in pure grappling are almost the polar opposites. In pure grappling, you're looking to get very, very tight and control the upper body. And in MMA, you're looking to find ways of disengaging the upper body so you can land those big shots. Keweny Lopes does a great job of escaping the mount back into a half guard. And I think, again, what he was doing in the first round, he's just trying to hold on. He's not proactively looking to escape the position. I think he's hoping for a stand-up here. But Bagley passes the mount, I mean, like a hot knife through butter.
It's such a huge gamble for Lopes. Let's say he gets the stand-up. What's to say he doesn't get taken down again? That's what we've seen a number of times already in this fight.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry to interrupt there, Dan. You heard the corner there of Nik Bagley saying he's pretty much given up at this point.
I mean, the way that he's passing from half guard to mount, it really is too easy. He shouldn't be able to do that. Lopes on his side now trying to regain a half guard. I can't see yet. He's got a quarter guard, three-quarter mount position. But I mean, there's no frames from the upper body. There's no work in the upper body to assist the lower body in maintaining a better defensive position off of his back. And he's defending the strikes pretty well. We're not seeing those massive cuts we saw in that Will Curry fight just gone with those elbows, but he's still taking the damage underneath there, and he's doing nothing offensively back, or really actively defensively. He's not trying to escape there.
A minute left on the clock in this second round.
1 minute. Nice.
It is like he's just waiting for the next minute to go, and he's going to come out at the beginning of the third. He's going to try and get a knockout. Is Bagley looking for a head and arm choke now? He's trying to maneuver the right arm of Keweny Lopes over his head. Just keep an eye on Bagley's head. If he brings his head to the other side of the tricep, he might be looking for a submission. But why bother? With 30 seconds left to go, don't expend the unnecessary energy.
Keweny, watch how you're turning your head.
Another incredibly dominant round.
Nick, I don't want you to move from there. Don't move from there. Just elbow in the face a bunch of times. There you go.
No, more big shots from Bagley here, turning up the volume in the final seconds of this round.
Relentless elbows now. Relentless.
Big flurry of activity. The referee taking a look here at the end of the round. Keweny Lopes survives.
I feel like there's a possibility if he gets the top position again, that Lopes is going to try more aggressively to try and escape, because he knows he doesn't have another round where he's going to be started standing.
Bagley throwing heaters at Lopes now. He's already clipped him once early. Nice head kick by Lopes.
I mean, he's still got power in those shots, doesn't he?
So does Nik Bagley though. Lopes prevents Bagley from getting on him early. There's the takedown. Can Bagley complete?
Yes, he can. Easy as that. And here's the question now. You know, I was just saying a second ago, there is no fourth round for Lopes to be restood to the feet. Are we going to see him be more active off of his back? Are we going to see him try to escape? And are those attempts to escape going to open him up to more submission opportunities for Bagley? I mean, Bagley's had so much success. The transitions from half guard to mount have just been incredibly easy, which makes me think that he's going to try and pass from close guard to half guard.
Listening to Carl Prince, head coach of Manchester top team in the corner of Keweny Lopes now. Tough to know what the advice will be at this stage, but like you say, Dan, it's time for Keweny Lopes to start taking risks here. There's no other way out from this position.
Watch your head. Watch your head.
There aren't going to be any stand-ups at the start of a new round. Bagley's super active on top. He's not going to get stood up for inactivity, you would think. It's on Lopes here to do something.
Use it. Use it.
And here we see Bagley passing into half. Are we going to see a transition into mount as easy as the last four have been? Already you can see Lopes now locking up that lockdown position. He really doesn't want to be stuck underneath mount. So already we're seeing more activity. Even if it's a static position, we're seeing smarter grappling. He's reaching underneath the lip. He's trying to get to a deep half position.
This is your warning. Come on, let's go. Work.
He's got 2.5 minutes to pull something out of the fire here.
The lockdown's lost, which makes me think that the pass to mount might be coming soon. Bagley's already got the inside, or the laces, the shin and foot on his left leg is already prying that half guard open. He might push down with his right hand onto the left leg and pass straight into mount. It's definitely there. Bagley having plenty of success. There's the pass into mount.
Like a hot knife through butter there. And already starting to drop the elbows. Just over 90 on the clock. Can Bagley get the finish here?
Brad, you were saying it was a step up in competition for Nik Bagley. I mean, really couldn't have put on a better performance.
Yeah, if you were watching this blind, you didn't know who either of these guys were, their records or their history, you certainly wouldn't think it was a step up in competition for Nik Bagley, because he's handled it with aplomb.
And this is kind of what I was talking about. Is Keweny Lopes going to be more assertive in his attempts to escape? are those attempts to escape going to open up submission opportunities? And so far, as Lopes tries to get back to his feet, he's given up the bout. Bagley has a minute to work here. Body triangle locked off. He's throwing strikes to try and soften him up. Can he get that arm underneath the neck? Can he finish this incredible performance with a submission? It's going to be very difficult to do. Just the physique and stature of Lopes makes it, you know, he's not got much of a neck. It's going to be hard to get underneath there. Might switch to an armbar. I think he's going to do it. If you see those legs unlock. Nope. Going belly down.
Putting a beating on Keweny Lopes here. Looking for the finish. It's a big squeeze.
Across the face. Not going to be enough. There you go. 3 rounds of absolute domination from Nik Bagley. And he finishes the 3rd round in a similar fashion to the 2nd, which is seconds away from a potential stoppage. What a performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to our judges' scorecards. Your judges score this contest 30-26, 30-26, and 30-25 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision in the red corner, Nik Bagley.
As predicted, lopsided scorecards there.